morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. We are live on social media and our local cable channel TV 15 and 115. And without further ado, please welcome your MC and City Manager, Jesus Garza.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming in person, and thank you those who are tuning in online and on the TV channel. I'm going to begin this morning by going off script.
Shocker.
Yeah, 100%. Many of you who are here today were also at the groundbreaking ceremony that we did for our public safety headquarters building last month. And I completely forgot in that setting to properly thank the staff that worked really hard to put that event together, which is also a lot of the same staff that worked to put today's event together. And so before I forget again, I want to go off script to specifically thank Ashley Strebo, our communications director, who has been super involved with planning for these functions. Sam Hankins, who's been critical in helping with these speaking points. And so if there is, something that sounds weird, it's not. It's user error. It's not because of the source. But I want to thank her entire team who worked really hard to plan for this event. I also want to thank the park staff who are here in full strength. So thank you all so much for being here. I know that they take and have taken a lot of pride in bringing this gem back to what it is today. And so certainly these folks are the folks that have made today possible and will continue to make this amenity possible for the foreseeable future. And so thank you all again so much for all your work. And so with that said, I'll get back on script. And thank you again for being here this morning. And officially welcome to the Duck Pond ribbon cutting ceremony. I hope you've been enjoying the donuts, the orange juice. I've been instructed to convey that these donuts are for us and not for the ducks, and that it's actually unhealthy for the ducks to consume donuts. And so please eat all the donuts or else I will, and we don't want that to happen. I want to take a moment to welcome our elected officials who have joined us this morning. Of course, our mayors, active Mayor Dwayne Crocker, former Mayor Jeff Blocknight, of course, our council members, Josephine Solis, Ricky De La Garza, Mark Lofgren, Jan Scott. Thank you so much for being here. Our state rep, Jeannie Morrison, is here this morning. Thank you so much for being here. If I missed somebody else that's out there, I apologize. I know we have also representatives from the Parks Commission. Thank you, Brian, for being here and reminding me of that as you walked up. So thank you all so much.
Better late than never.
Yeah, that's right. You're fashionably on time. Let's roll with that.
Appreciate that.
In any case, I want to also thank all the stakeholders, the contractor, Lester Contracting, who played a big role in leading up to today. And similarly to comments I made at the groundbreaking ceremony for the Public Safety Headquarters building, I want to take you back to just how we got to today. Many of you may recall the significant impact that Hurricane Harvey had on our community as a whole, but specifically to Riverside Park and specifically to this duck pond. And you may or may not be aware, but that was really the reason why the duck pond was closed down to begin with, was to, at the time, thought process was to clean it up, fix it up, because of the damage it sustained with that particular flooding. And so in order to do that, the duck pond was drained at that time. And upon that occurring, there were some pretty severe structural items that were identified related to the gazebo where it was located before, along with the sidewalk that existed around the further part of the duck pond. And so there was just no way that the city could ignore these structural issues. It would have been a public safety hazard to ignore these issues that were discovered at the time. And so consequently, the city embarked on an effort to completely revamp the duck pond. And because this was something that was unforeseen, it wasn't anything that the city had immediate funding for. And so it took some time to develop the plan, and it took some time to develop the funding. And we did ultimately apply for a grant with Texas Parks and Wildlife. And I believe we have folks here from Texas Parks and Wildlife. No? Okay, I will call you out when you arrive. Obviously, the city also contributed, as well as the South Tax Development Corporation, and you'll hear from a couple of these folks here in a minute. I would like to point out some of the newer features of this new and improved duck pond, which you'll notice behind me and hopefully you've had a chance to enjoy. But they of course include a wraparound walking trail that now goes around the entire duck pond to help facilitate just greater interaction with the duck pond, greater opportunities for families to walk around and really just enjoy it. We also introduced a retaining wall to help address some of the erosion issues that led to some of the structural issues that were identified several years ago. We also, of course, moved the location of the gazebo to also help address some of the other circulatory issues of the water that were creating some issues at the time. And so while it does look different than what it did before, we believe that this is a much better product. Nevertheless, we wouldn't even have had an opportunity to have an improved product if it weren't for the original product. And so I do want to acknowledge Nilise Putnam's role in this effort. She was the architect, designer, if I could use that word, artist, the artist who envisioned and drew up the initial concept of the duck pond. And her husband, Russell Putnam, is here this morning. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the effort that you've embarked on to ensure that your wife properly gets the credit that she's deserving for her role in the initial design. So thank you for that. And we plan on acknowledging Nilise's role by developing a plaque that we will put on the formal arch sign that is still yet to be constructed. We will have a plaque acknowledging Nilise's role in that. And so thank you again, Russell, for being here and fighting that fight for her. With that, I will turn it over to some of our speakers who have way better things to say than I do. And so I will first turn it over to our former mayor, Jeff Bouknight, to say a few words.
Thank you, Jesus. So thank y'all all for being here today. And after many years of behind-the-scenes work, our beloved duck pond is open once again. It's a result of tireless efforts by city staff and city council, with the support of Sales Tax Development Corporation, thank you, Russ, and Texas Parks and Wildlife Department. Now, the story of how we got with Texas Parks and Wildlife Department is due to Representative Morrison. We had a chance meeting with Carter Smith right before COVID happened. Get this right, the Texas House Culture, Recreation, and Tourism Committee held a off-cycle meeting here in Victoria, and Representative Morrison was kind of the host for that and held a dinner at the Pump House. And Texas Parks and Wildlife Executive Director at the time was Carter Smith, and she invited myself and Jesus Garza, Mike Etienne to go to the dinner and just interact with the committee members and Texas Parks and Wildlife. And at that time, Mike and I had the opportunity to talk to Carter. Visiting with Carter, I was telling him about my thoughts on a deer hunting program, and he loved that idea. And then we also started talking. Mike brought up the duck pond, and Carter said, the city has never been a partner with Texas Parks and Wildlife on any project ever, and he wanted to participate in both projects. So we got the youth hunting program started, and then additionally, he encouraged us to apply for a grant for funding half of the duck pond. And we went through the grant process, and through a lot of effort by Mike Etienne and Representative Morrison, they ensured that we were in line for that grant. And without it, it would not look like this today. It would be about half the size. So thank y'all, Representative Morrison. Thank you, Mike Etienne. I really appreciate that. The importance of this duck pond, we always thought about on council what our citizens expected of it. And I know we took a lot of heat over the years, it seems like, and when are you going to get that back open? But it was in very, very bad shape, and we put a lot of thought and effort and design into it. And what we have now today is the result of all that hard work. And so it was very important for us to restore this fixture. So it's important to our residents. There's many kids that have grown up now in Victoria since 2017. Sam Giesler didn't get to use the duck pond, a friend of mine, because it was just not around for them. It wasn't fishing or anything for them to do down here. So we're very happy to have it back for our citizens. And we're thankful for everybody allowing us to use the tax dollars that we have, the sales tax dollars, to rebuild this pond. and I'm glad all the efforts of everybody have led to this day of celebration. I want to thank each and every one of you who've worked these past years to bring this project to fruition. And now I'll turn it over to Mayor Crocker.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for your remarks. Hello to everyone. Glad you're here as well to break in the new duck pond. We're pretty excited about it. I've prepared some remarks that I want to share with you. I'm thrilled to be here with you to mark the opening of our refurbished duck pond. It's obviously been a long time coming, and here we are. But again, Representative Morrison was a big part of helping us get that grant from Texas Parks and Wildlife, and so we're the time that took was well worth it, no doubt. And so we're glad to be here today. This has obviously been a labor of love and a testament to our community's ties to our unique history that makes Victoria a special place to be. It's a commitment, in my mind, to the preservation of our natural environment, but also to the enhancement of the quality of life for our citizens, which is something Council always keeps in mind. Certainly the new duck pond provides a sanctuary for wildlife within our beloved Riverside Park, but it's also beyond that ecological significance. It represents something to me more profound, and that's a spirit of our community. It's evident from the large number of residents who were determined that the duck pond be saved following the extensive damage of Hurricane Harvey. This was no doubt driven by fond memories of coming here as children to experience the wonders and beauties of the outdoors, and family outings with our own children, forming lasting memories together. As a native of Victoria, I share those memories, and I share the excitement that I'm hearing from folks in Victoria that this iconic Victoria landmark has been put back into commission, improved and better than ever. So on behalf of the city, I want to extend my deepest gratitude for all those involved in the project, the dedicated city officials and staff who have already been pointed out, to the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, Victoria Sales Tax Development Corporation for their funding and support, to the design and construction team who really kind of walked us through, hey, here's how we can make this thing better. And to many others that are too numerous to mention during my short time that played a part in bringing the project together. So please accept from myself and on behalf of the city a heartfelt thank you to all those involved. So in closing, as we celebrate the reopening of our duck pond today, let's pledge to be stewards of this resource, protect it for the enjoyment of our generations to come, and let it serve as a symbol of our commitment to sustainability, our appreciation of nature, and our dedication to build a better future for our community. Thank you for being here. I don't know who's next.
It's okay. Thank you, Dwayne. I want to ask our State Rep Jenny Morrison to come up now and say a few words as well.
Thank you, Jesus. I'm so excited to be here today. This has been taking a long time since Hurricane Harvey, but look at this wonderful, wonderful pond that we have. And obviously the Ducks are very excited about it because they're joining us this morning to say that they approve. Just very excited to be here with this celebration. This newly renovated duck pond is a testament to the power of the state and local government working together for the good of our citizens. Nearly 4 years ago, my office began working more closely with the city officials and Texas Parks and Wildlife to identify ways that the state could better support Victoria's efforts to expand the outdoor experience. This spirit of collaboration helped to cultivate stronger relationships between the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department and city leadership, including former Texas Parks and Wildlife Department Executive Director Carter Smith, who I've worked with for many years in the legislature. The late Mayor Raleigh McCoy, former Mayor Jeff Bachnight, and the current City Council, City Manager Jesus Garza, and the Assistant City Manager Mike Etienne. These connections have been instrumental in helping Victoria pursue the grants and partnerships to improve the facilities and programs that the Victoria Parks and Wildlife and the Recreation Department is able to offer. This teamwork helped Victoria to secure a state grant of $600,000 to restore the duck pond. In addition, Texas Parks and Wildlife has partnered with the city since 2021 to host the Texas Youth Hunting Program here in Victoria, allowing many youth to experience for the first time to be able to hunt. It is fitting that we should celebrate this project during Victoria's bicentennial year, during which we will honor the city's past, the present, and the future. I'm confident that the future will hold many more exciting projects such as this one. Thanks to our shared commitment to working together so our citizens can enjoy the outdoors for many more years to come. We all have past memories of being at the duck pond, bringing our children here to play. Used to be little paddle boats that you could paddle on the water. I don't think those are coming back, but what a wonderful place. It's just beautiful. And this will encourage more economic development. This will encourage more people to come and visit. And just what a wonderful place to spend your day and your time is coming out here. And I want to thank all of you for being a part of this and look forward to many more things that are going to happen to Victoria in the future. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. We do have a certificate that was sent to us by Senator Ted Cruz from the United States Senate, a certificate of commendation presented to the duck pond on the occasion of the Victoria Chamber of Commerce ribbon cutting ceremony, and also a testimony whereof I have hereunto signed my name on the 7th day of February 2024 in Washington, D.C., with Ted Cruz signatures and the seal from the Senate. And so this will be presented to the city also. Thank you.
Thank you. I now want to ask our Vice Chair of our Parks Commission to come up, Brian Billingsley, to say a few words.
Oh, I'm so excited to be standing in front of this duck pond. As y'all know, the city's been going through a lot of planning over the past couple of years on how to better the city. And this is something that as a parks commissioner, I got asked all the time, when are they going to fix the duck pond? When are they going to fix the duck pond? And I said, you have no idea how much a lot of these people in this front row up here have been spending time and effort into getting this done. As Jeannie mentioned, a $600,000 grant from Texas Parks and Wildlife to make this not only renovated, but better than what it was. It's amazing to be standing up here in front of it and seeing it. I'm really proud. I'm proud of the city in general, because as a citizen here in Victoria, you often think, what goes on in the background? Does my voice really matter? And seeing this planning process over years that has taken effect and see that they're actually getting things done with the dog park and the duck pond, and we're actually seeing a lot of that planning finally come to fruition. So I'm really proud to be part of the Parks Commission and a citizen here in Victoria. So on behalf of the Parks Commission, we're so excited to finally see this project come to fruition. Riverside Park is an important resource for the community and many of our residents to get fresh air and enjoy the natural beauty of the river. We have so many parks here in Victoria, but the majority of our parks are actually made up within Riverside. For the past few years, residents have just constantly asked us, when will it be repaired? And we have been saying, soon. It's going to happen soon. It's almost there. We're almost there. And now I can finally say, hey, have you been to the duck pond? It's done. When's the duck pond going to be done? It's done. Today, it's done. We're over it. One of the roles of the Parks Commission is to serve as a liaison between the city and the community. And we've been pleased to observe how tirelessly they are working behind the scenes to pursue getting this done. Not only, to better the city, but so all of the citizens can enjoy this this wonderful park. The Parks and Recreation Commission and the Victoria community, thank you, all of you, for your dedication in pursuing this project and restoring this beloved icon.
Thank you, sir. We're almost done, I promise. We only have like 6 more people to go. Next up, I want to ask Russell Dempsey to come up, who's the president of our Victoria Sales Tax Development Corporation, who was a big financial contributor to the project.
Thank you, Jesus. And I will stay on script so we can go ahead and conclude. Well, as a financial supporter of this project, it's truly gratifying to see the community's support and excitement seeing the duck pond finally completed. This project was really well worth the investment. Supporting projects like the duck pond is an important part of the Victoria Sales Tax Development Corporation's mission to make Victoria a better place to live, work, and play. The VSTDC was created almost 30 years ago with the approval of voters who recognize the importance of investing in our local community. Since that time, the VSTDC has supported a wide variety of projects and partnerships that have helped to create jobs, attract industry and commerce, and improve our residents' quality of life in many, many ways. We are proud to support this project that is so meaningful to many of our residents, and we hope that our residents are proud to live in a community that strives to offer high-quality resources for our residents and visitors alike. Thank you, guys.
I was just kidding on the additional speakers. I now will close this out and get us to the next phase of this. And I want to, I guess, begin my closing remarks by once again thanking our stakeholders, our contractors. Brent Luck was the designer, the landscape architect who designed this improvement. He couldn't be with us this morning, but he played a huge role in this improvement. Lester Contracting was the general contractor for this project, and so thanks to them as well for making this project happen. And of course, once again, all of the park staff who have worked tirelessly to keep this duck pond and improving it above and beyond what the general contractor was doing. There's been a lot of labor of love that has been put into it by park staff. So thank you, Stephen, our park superintendent, Kim Martin. Thank you all so much, and you and all of your staff for all of the work that you've done with the duck pond. As it's been mentioned, one of the biggest opportunities with the duck pond, of course, is related to fishing. And so we're excited to host an exclusive kids fishing camp shortly after the conclusion of this ribbon cutting. So if you are here for that, please be sure to check in at the tables where the big sign that says check in is located. In any case, regardless of this fishing event today, because the majority of the fish are still relatively new in the duck pond, we do want to ask the public to please be patient, and we do envision that fishing in the duck pond will continue to be closed until September 1st to allow the fish to do their thing, so that then we can really hit it hard in the fall. In any case, this concludes this formal aspect of the ribbon cutting. We will now transition to the actual ribbon cutting, and so I ask that all of the speakers, as well as our city council and our Parks Commission board members that are present, to please come up and partake in this ribbon cutting. For the rest of you, please bear with us a few minutes as we take these pictures and do these things, and then everybody's welcome to take their own pictures. In the meantime, please feel free to help yourself to some more donuts. Remember, they're not for the ducks. And again, thank you all so much for being here this morning.
Jeff, I'm losing you back there, but
Josie is actually, can you scoot a little bit
go
more?
to the middle.
Hey AJ, what does the focus look like?
That's better.
A little bit more to the right, Josie. Sorry. Just trying to make sure you're not covering Mike. There you go. All right. I think we can see everyone
Okay,
now.
here we go. Just make sure
All right,
you have
hold
a
on.
clear view of this right here.
Posing right now, right?
Right. And smiling.
All right.
All right. We are cutting.
Here we go.
Ready.
Slow.
And I'm just going to be clicking the whole time, so.
Are you going to count to 3 or am I just doing this?
Nah, just do it.
All right, here we go.
Well, somebody count.
All right, ready? Gonna count down from 3 to 1. 3, 2, 1, cut.